Hello! So this video is exactly 1 week late because I have just been terribly disgusting and sick. But the time has come, so here we go. Last weekend I took the ferry over to Victoria. Now, as an islander, I consider myself somewhat of an expert on BC ferries. So I'd like to share some ferry tips I've picked up over the years. Firstly, make sure that you circumnavigate the entire boat at least twice, looking for that super secret spot that no one knows about, where it's completely secluded from all the other passengers. Psych! That doesn't exist, and now that you've wasted so much time, there is a 100% chance that you'll be sitting within a 10-foot radius of a crying baby. Secondly, after you've found a place to sit, immediately go stand in the lineup for food, where there'll be at least 50 people who got there before you. Psych! Wait an hour. By then, all of the weaker human beings will have gotten their food, so there'll be zero lineup and you can enjoy your bacon cheddar burger in peace. Thirdly, make sure that any activities you have planned are completely dependent on BC Ferry's Wi-Fi. Psych, that shit never works, so bring a book or something. I chose Jane Eyre. It's got a lot of words I don't know. Promontories, counterpane, ignominy, I don't even know how to say this one. Anyways, those are my top 3 tips. So yeah, the ferry ride was fine, other than the Tawasin ferry terminal being pretty much the worst place ever. I went for a walk on the outer deck, and at one point there was this English woman standing next to me, and she referred to this as the sun coming out, which is pretty much the most English thing I've ever heard. After the ferry, I got on the bus, where I got to sit by myself for a glorious 10 minutes, until these 2 really obnoxious guys got on the bus, and of course sat next to me. I say obnoxious because they were talking about Bitcoin for a large portion of the trip.
The golden age, when you had Monty Python, you had Blackadder, you had Fawlty Towers, you had Red Dwarf.
Then I transferred onto a different bus that was gloriously empty, other than this one guy in the back who I think saw me filming. I got off the bus at UVic where I met Katie, and we walked a few blocks to the apartment she shares with Anthony and Veronica. We decided to go downtown that night, and we met up with Dylan and Jacob. And that made me laugh so much that I decided to turn it into my ringtone. The next day, Katie gave me a tour of the UVic campus, and then I bussed downtown to meet Victoria.
West Coast Waffle!
We went to West Coast Waffle, which was amazing, and her college was putting on a play that weekend, so I went and saw her in that, and it was incredible. On my last day, Katie and I took the bus downtown to go for breakfast.
Riding the bus, on the bus adventures, yeah.
There was, of course, a ridiculous lineup everywhere. Brunch capital of Canada, woo! So we ended up going to Shine Cafe, where we only had to wait 20 minutes. We went for a little walk to kill some time, and we found these very uncomfortable chairs.
It's crack-a-lack and home and cheese.
Then I had an eggs Benny that kind of blew my mind. And then we met John, who I hadn't seen in forever. The 3 of us went to Fairway, where I got 2 of my favorites, Mauams and Manna Wafers from Vienna. That afternoon I had the 4th worst public transit experience of my life, which I can't even get into because I just don't have the time to get emotional right now. But I made it to the ferry terminal, got a choice spot next to an outlet, and had a pretty decent ferry experience, other than the Swartz Bay ferry terminal being pretty much the worst place ever. So all in all, a very enjoyable trip. Lovely to see a bunch of my friends. Ate a lot of really good food. Good trip. Talk to you soon. Bye. Oh my god. I've been waiting all week to eat these. They're so good.